Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Word Wednesday. Real quick before I get started, I just want to say if you like what I do here on Word Wednesdays and you like what I do on Motorcycle Mondays, please like and subscribe so that my channel can grow and get it out there. I kind of get annoyed when people say that in every video, so you won't hear me say that very often. So we're going to move on to a message pretty simple, honestly. James 2:19 says, "You believe that there is one God. You do well. Even the demons believe and tremble." And I think that's kind of interesting because I hear a lot of people talk about, well, yeah, I believe in God. And I don't want to just sit there and say directly to their face, well, so do the demons, so good job. Because I feel like James is almost being sarcastic here, where he's just like, okay, so what's the difference between you and a demon? You both believe. And the demons know who God is. Like, they tremble, like they're afraid of him. So if I just say, okay, yeah, I believe that God exists, and there's no fear, not like as in like, oh, I'm so scared, but just a reverent fear at a minimum, then I think that there's a problem, to be honest. There needs to be more. Just the simple mental assent of God, I don't believe is enough. So that being said, I will move to Acts chapter 16, where Paul's in prison, he's praying, he's praising God, and just so you know what type of prison he's in, I read somewhere, I can't remember if this is true or not, but prison for where he was number one, that was where he was going to die. Like they put him there because he's on death row. And it's under whatever building and everything, and so that's where all the waste flows. I'll let your imagination fill in the gaps on that one. But it sounds like a pretty horrible place, I will say that. So it's interesting that he would be praising God and praying and things like that. So while he's doing so, there's a big earthquake. It shakes the foundation of the building, and it just rocks the place and opens up all the cell gates, all the doors, and so of course the guard on duty is freaking out because he's just like, his life is on the line at that point. He knows that if everyone has escaped, then he's going to end up basically being killed himself. So he prepares to kill himself, and Paul says, wait a minute, we're all still here, because the guard just assumed they were gone. Something I find interesting is how many times I hear about people truly finding God when they're at the end of their rope. I know I've had some times in my life where, without saying too much, where I was just in a really dark place, and just God got a hold of me. He woke me up and he just said, hey, it's time for a change. And I've shared that on a previous video, but just as a side note, so this guard's going to kill himself, and Paul is like, hold up, we're all still here. And so the guard just says, now I'm sure there might have been some other dialogue, I'm not sure, but anyway, he just says, sirs, what must I do to be saved? So because he's hearing this praise, and he's hearing this praying, and he's like, so obviously there's something there, so he's like, okay, I want what you got. How do I get saved? And they said, believe on the Lord Jesus Christ and you will be saved, you and your household. And so, a lot of people talk about there's different ways to heaven and different things like that, and I would argue and just say that you're wrong. And I'm not trying to be mean, I'm not trying to be argumentative, but the truth is the truth. So John 14:6, Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Jesus says, you know, there's no other way. You can't. There's no parallel path. There's no conjoining path. It's just this one narrow path. That's it. That's the only way you get to heaven, is by believing in Jesus Christ. And it's more than just believing that he exists in your mind. It's truly acknowledging him and receiving him. So, like I said, I'm keeping it simple, folks. If you have not received Jesus and you want prayer, then I would love for you to comment, and I would love to pray for you, and I would love for you to receive Jesus in your heart right here, right now. So that's about all I really wanted to say. What was funny about this edit right here is that my beautiful wife called me right as I was saying the end there, so this might be a mood killer, I don't know, but it's just life, man. So I hope you guys really just understood the point. The point is that if you don't have Jesus, you don't have anything. And so that's about it. It's pretty plain and simple. Thank you guys for watching this. Thank you for supporting me in this effort and in this journey with my YouTube channel. And God bless you guys, and we'll see you on the next episode.